economic data out about 35 minutes ago. Mike McKee can break that down. Morning, Mike.
Good morning, John. I want to start with jobless claims because that's having an impact on the market. 230,000 after 246,000 the week before. It does suggest the labor market remains tight, and that is going to keep the Fed on alert. And the labor market being tight may have contributed to a stronger consumer spend in the first quarter than anticipated by many people. 3.7%, down from the overall estimate, but it is higher than we saw in the first quarter. GDP overall comes in at 1.1%. Now, people are saying that's weaker than expected, but the Atlanta Fed number that came out late yesterday pushed that number down to about 1.1%, and I wonder how many people would have changed their forecasts had they had the time. Business investment really weak, and the change in inventories is what really moved things in terms of the first quarter, subtracting $1.6 billion from inventories instead of adding. You can see how much was added in the fourth quarter, and exports, little difference. The data basically say consumer spending is strong, and consumers are hanging in there. Do they continue? Businesses don't seem to think so. Business spending dropped off significantly. Trade, little change, as I mentioned, but the inventories crash sets the Fed up for a question. If the consumer remains strong, do companies start building up inventories again, and then growth goes up, and that pushes on inflation? Or do consumers fall back to meet what business expectations are? Real final sales, 3.4%. That takes out the inventory aspect of it, and that suggests we do see some strength. Now, here's the chart that I promised earlier on surveillance, John. This is the Atlanta Fed GDP now. Never mind the numbers on the chart, although they are pretty close at 1.1.3%. But look at the trend. We started the quarter, came into the year on a high note, and ever since then, the economy has been slowing down. Does that suggest that that's what we're going to see going into the second quarter and onward?